Blog Talk Radio.
Radio show. That was George and the Arizona Star singing that song. It was one of our Nashville songs. Today we have one of my friends from the Starry Plow with us. She's the one that I stole that All the Sailors in Chinatown from. She got it from the Holy Moly Rounders or somebody, and I got that song from her. Everyone thinks I wrote it, but I did not. And she did not either. A girl named Antonia did. So today we have Yvette. Hello, Yvette. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing just peachy keno, George. How about you?
Fine. Now, how did you get that song?
I was kind of coerced into learning it because one of the Holy Moly Rounders was my boyfriend, and
which one?
He really wanted me to sing it. Steve Weber.
Oh, okay.
He really wanted me to sing. We used to perform together, and in fact, not that many years ago, we even did a Berkeley radio show together, and interviews, sort of like this. And we performed a few songs on it and stuff. But anyway, he forced me, really, bullied me into learning it. So I did, and then I changed it around, though. Yeah, I turned it into kind of like...
I changed it around, too, once I got it, so, you know. Oh, well, who wrote the song?
Antonia. Antonia Lamb. No, not Antonia Lamb. Antonia. What's Peter Samfeld's long-time girlfriend.
Yeah, I called her in Florida, and I talked to her for a while. I was trying to get her on the show, but she doesn't have a computer or a phone where she can call or anything. But she's living in Florida now. She's a real nice girl. I like her.
She's a love. I haven't talked to her in years.
Well, you can call her. Peter's always putting up her phone number and saying that she's lonesome to call her, so call her up in Florida.
Maybe I can give her a call. I just remember a creature with, like, white platinum hair, you know, and this was back when we were about 17, 18 years old. You know, she looked like a goth girl.
So you're from New York, huh? You're from New York?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Born at a very young age in the Bronx.
How did you start playing music?
I always had this musical, and I always had a musical head. When I was 6, and my parents wouldn't let me have one. They got me an accordion. I fell and broke my butt, and I hated the accordion because it hurt every time I tried to play it. And then in the 7th grade, they put me in a class for gifted musicians. Well, gifted, kids in music, and I got the measles. And they also did ask me before I went home for a month if I wanted to play violin or clarinet. That was what they needed, and my mother wouldn't let me play the violin. She said I'd always have a stiff neck, so they gave me a clarinet, which I hated, and German measles. I never learned to read music, so I had to get to do music in my head, melodies, and I messed around on a piano if I could, but I didn't have the access I wanted. And when I got to be a teenager, I taught myself guitar, like a lot of kids were doing, and ran away from home, from Brooklyn to Greenwich Village, where I met lots of people who played music, and I was very fortunate at that time. I met some fantastic musicians who taught me a lot of tricks, people like Dave Van Ronk, Lonnie Johnson, Bob Dylan, and I mean...
Did you meet Bob Dylan? Did you meet Bob Dylan?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I love Bob Dylan.
He was very
Never
sweet.
met him.
Oh, yes, he was such a sweetie back then, too.
Did you know him when he was just starting out?
Lad. Eh?
Did you know him when he was just starting out?
Yes.
Cool.
I did.
So you played at Gertie's Folk City and all those places?
Yeah.
Bitter End?
Yes, I played the Bitter End.
Who else did you know? Who else did you play with there?
Down there. Thinking of people names I can think of from there. Roger McGuinn.
What about the Lovin' Spoonfuls? Did you know them?
I knew them, but I didn't actually know them then. I know John Sebastian, really. I knew John Sebastian, but I knew him more when I was a newlywed. This was about some years later, and like we were all married and we all used to hang out sometimes, but it wasn't really I stopped doing music for a while when I got married, had babies and such, and just, hanging out with music. I consider him a music friend, even though we don't both play.
So you knew Dan Hicks, too?
Yeah, I knew Dan Hicks. I knew him after I moved to California for a while. I played in his open mic in Mill Valley. What was the name of that tavern in the corner?
Sweetwater.
Not Sweetwater, the Old Mill. I think it was called the Old Mill. It was right on the corner of Throckmorton and Miller, and they all meet. Yeah, and I won was it first or second prize in his open mic, and that's how I met him. And we had a friendship going on, and
so they had prizes for the people at the open mic.
Yeah, money, cash.
Oh, cool!
It was about like $50 or something, $20. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
Well, that's great. So when did you come out to California? When did you come out to California?
First time I came out here, I was going on vacation from husband number one. Didn't even know how to drive, but I had two friends who wanted to come out here, and a dentist whose partner was setting a business up in Timberland, and asked if I would go to California. I got my two friends to drive me out, and that's how the first time got out here for the first time. Stayed for 3 months. Made a lot of music collections, did tons and tons of music, and went back for Christmas to husband number one. Had a nice Christmas, and then on February 9th of that year, a devastating accident. A friend of mine was down, laid flat out with an aching back and couldn't move, and she had baby twins a year old, and asked if I'd come spend the night. And I didn't even drive a car then, and her husband came and picked me up, drove me back, and we got hit by a drunken narcotics agent, that's right, and he killed my husband, and broke my neck, and that put me out of commission for some years and devastated my musical chops for years and years to come. You didn't know that about me, George, did you?
No, I didn't know you had a broken neck. My goodness.
Cervical fusion and all, yeah. No, it took years and a little bit of minor brain damage. It took years to get back the guitar chop I had, back in my early and mid-20s.
So who took care of your baby while you were all laid up?
This was my friend's baby. Her baby twins.
Well, you didn't have your baby yet?
I did, but I had my ex-husband, and I had a lot of care. My ex-husband is very well off, and care was not a big problem.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But
so you ended up back out in California when? When did you end up back out here for good?
A few years later, I just decided that this was where I really belonged. Moved out here. I moved out here more than once. I came back with my young son Buck, who at that point was 3 years old, and we settled in Bolinas, and we lived there till he was 6. Then when he was 6, moved down to Hollywood for a year, where I went to the Musicians Institute, the Guitar Institute of Technology, to try and regain some lost chops, and got a whole lot out of that. Then moved back up to Mill Valley, and raised my son there.
So you're always in Marin County, right?
Most of the time.
And you drive all the way over to Berkeley? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Or find a way to get there.
You play the Story Plow all the time, right? That's where I know you from, Story Plow.
I play on Sundays. I play on Sundays, and I play Irish music there, yeah.
Yeah, they have an Irish jam session, I think Sundays and Mondays, and they have cabbage and corned beef cabbage. They have such great food there.
They do have good food. I'm obsessed with Irish music, though. I mean, I play Irish music all over the place. I have a session of my own that I host in Berkeley, too, on the second Wednesday of the month.
We're at?
At a Taiwan Chinese restaurant. It's on the second Wednesday. It'll be like August 13th if anyone wants to come and listen. Or if anyone does play Irish music, I call it a mid-speed session, but it's not for beginners. It's if you can already play your instrument and play an Irish instrument, you're welcome to come and sit in. And if you look on thesession.org, you can find a set list of a bunch of the tunes we play. It's really nice. We do a round table dinner at 7, and then we play. That's on University.
Where is the place at? Where is this place at?
Oh, right by downtown Berkeley, right near downtown Berkeley BART. It's on University Avenue, right near Shattuck, across the street from Citibank.
And
the place
what?
with the big Taiwan. It's a Chinese restaurant. I know it's an unusual
Is this called
place,
Taiwan Restaurant? It don't have another name?
No,
must be another.
I can't believe you've never eaten it. It's one of Berkeley's.
I don't eat Taiwan food. Isn't that sort of like French
It's not
food?
Taiwan. It's Taiwanese. It's not Thai
food.
Yeah,
but don't they have a lot of French influence from when they were overthrown by France?
Their Chinese food is awesome. I love it. I think it's and a lot of people are in agreement with me. I think it's one of Berkeley's best. It's real low priced, wonderful people. I've been going there for about 15 years at least, probably more. Anyway.
So you've been in the Bay Area for how long?
So long. Let's see. Moved back out here when Buck was about 4, it seems, 3, 4, and he's okay. That's the last time I moved out was, let's see, over 30 years ago, and been here since.
Yeah, I've known you since about 1996. So, do you have any other events coming up by any chance?
Oh, I just had an event yesterday. I did a wonderful event, a beaver festival in Martinez that I do every year, and that was way fun. Right now, I don't have any immediate gigs. I don't even have a calendar with me to see what I have up. Let me see what I'll be doing up and coming. I'll probably play at the Plow and Stars this coming Tuesday in the city with my little ladies session band, and then on Thursday I will be playing at O'Keefe's, which is another pub in San Francisco on 5th and Balboa, which is a very lovely place. Annie O'Keefe, the owner, is fantastic.
So you have a Facebook site, right?
Yes.
What's your name on the Facebook site?
Yeah, and I have a YouTube site too.
What's your name on there? It's Yvette O. Tatum? How you say that?
O. Tannenbaum. O. Tannenbaum. How else?
Is that your real name?
Of course it's a real name.
Oh, Christmas tree?
Mm-hmm. My whole name, which, like, the whole full name is Yvette Gail Tannenbaum. It reads, A Little Stormy Christmas Tree.
Is that your real name? You were born with that?
Yeah.
You were born with that name?
Yep.
Really? That's amazing. Because everyone asks me that when they see that, especially the friends I got in Germany. They said, does she know that says, "Oh, Christmas tree"? And I said, yes, she knows. But I didn't think it was your real name.
Georgie, I'll tell you a funny little story. And what you can do is you can tell your German friends this. When I was in school, like in kindergarten, and we had the first assembly in Christmas that I ever attended, in the big auditorium where the whole school, gathers and, sits, everybody, all the kids are sitting in the chairs, right? And they start playing Christmas music, and they start playing O Tannenbaum and start singing. And the Glee Club sings, "O Tannenbaum, O Tannenbaum." I hear my name, innocent little girl. I stood up and took a bow. Of course, everybody cracked up, but wouldn't you have done that?
Sure, I would.
I know. Anyway.
How's your son doing? Has he graduated from school and stuff?
Yeah, he graduated. He got a double degree in math and economics. He's doing all right.
Has he got married yet?
Oh,
yes. Has he got married yet? Oh, cool.
He's married.
You have grandbabies pretty soon.
I already have a beautiful grandbaby. Haven't you ever seen the pictures I posted? Look on my site. He's there.
Okay.
He's beautiful. I love him. He's going to be 3 years old. Boy.
It's a girl or boy?
No, a boy.
A boy, cool.
Oh, yes, Ollie.
And his name is Tannenbaum, too?
Oh, no.
Oh, you were married, so it has the...
No, my Tannenbaum is actually the name I was born with. I never kept any of my married names. Well, I did keep one for a while because everyone thought it was a great stage name. My first stage name, like a married name, was Madeira.
Madeira.
Everybody loved Yvette Madeira, but
that's kind of nice, yeah.
I know, but I'm an O Tannenbaum. I don't know why, but I just am.
Yeah.
I relate to it.
So how many instruments do you play?
Let's see. I've taken up harmonica again, it seems, too. Harmonica. Well, go from small to big, okay?
Okay.
Harmonica, penny whistles, flutes, wooden flutes anyway, and violin, fiddle, mandolin, guitar, and piano or keys.
No banjo or auto harp?
No, and I sing when they let me. But I love to sing. I actually prefer to play instrumental music a lot of the time, although I do get to sing. I really enjoy backing up people up. I enjoy dancing other people's music, making up contrapuntal harmony lines to what other people are doing if I'm into their music, and into a lot of others. I really am. I love to rock out. Really love.
What kind of work did your father do?
He was the first.
He was what? Cutting out. What was your father?
Made fur coats.
He made fur coats. He was a furrier.
Yes.
In New York.
Oh, yes.
Well, he must have made a lot of money.
He did okay.
Back in the day, nowadays you couldn't sell those things because they're full of paint.
You can't walk out in a piece of fur. You get shot.
I know. A long time ago, I wore a rabbit fur coat to Disneyland, and some kids chased me around the park screaming at me. So I never wore that again.
I know, and like my father,
remember back in the 60s, those white fur jackets were all the trend, those rabbit coats. Well, you can't wear them.
George, my life was saved by a fur coat.
How?
That accident I was in, the one that broke my neck.
Uh-huh.
In that, my husband number one had just bought me for Christmas an absolutely gorgeous full-length red fox coat, fully lined, and I was wearing it. And, like, the metal stuff that, did get slightly to my back, destroyed the back of the coat, went through everything. And if I had not been wearing that, I would have been dead. That and a big goblet of wine saved my life and saved me from being paralyzed completely.
The wine? What did the wine do? What did the wine do?
Well, I had to drive because my friend was driving me over to my friend's house. They just had, the friend's husband had just come over to get me. And I was at home, and it was, evening, and I just had a goblet of red wine that I just started, and I decided to take it with me.
So how did that help save your life?
Well, actually, the glass got into my scalp and stuff, which was not so good, because then they wound up shaving my hair all off, and I was a baldy for months and months. But the glass of wine, I was told, mellowed me out, acted like a tranquilizer, and the fur coat just, saved me, the thickness of it.
Yeah, that's great.
Story, huh?
Well, I guess you were meant to stay around, just like Professor Irwin Corey. He just turned 100 years old. I used to know him down at Enrico's. He's a comedian that used to be on the Smothers Brothers show, and he was a friend of Enrico's, and he played at the Hungry Eye, and he just turned 100 years old a couple days ago. So that's amazing. I finally know somebody that's 100 years old. I plan on being at least 105 before I leave.
I met somebody who was 104. He was like a neighbor's father. I see they was sitting at a table playing gin rummy or something like that, doing fine.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And then I have a friend, Peter, who has a mother, Susan, who plays drum with us sometime, and she's 94 and a half, and she's a jet setter.
Wow.
I mean,
she plays
just
drum?
come back from the East Coast. Yeah, she's a very cool lady.
See, if you keep going, then you keep going. It's those people that hang it up and retire that get bored and check out, right?
Georgia, you and me got to play music forever and ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I had a great uncle that lived to be about 104.
Sounds good to me.
That was many years ago.
Yeah, but we can't not just live to be 100. We've got to, feel good, still be lucid, and still physically.
He was a coach. He was a football coach until he was in his hundreds. I mean, he's real famous. Amos Alonzo Stagg. He invented the football dummy. He played some of the first football and baseball back in the 1800s.
That's very
cool, George. I didn't know that about him. Yeah, he lived to be 104, but he was still coaching until way at the end. That's
very cool. That's very, very cool.
Okay, well, thank you for calling in and being on my show today. This is the Girl George and the Dragons Radio Show. Saying see you later.
Bye-bye, George.
Bye-bye.
Overcome, we shall survive. Our day will come. The war